and say, gee, the state of Alabama chose y'all for an examination. And we have many, many, many different ways of choosing examinations. We get leads from city councils. We do statistical sampling. We do a lot of sophisticated things, even like just looking in the newspaper for new businesses that have opened up and things like that. And sometimes we look in the phone book because guess what? It's a random sample, and sometimes it's like going to the dentist. You gotta go. So everybody usually gets audited sooner or later. We distribute all our funds electronically now. We didn't used to do that in the past. We do now. So by the 24th month, at the latest, you're going to have every dime that's been collected and paid on time in your office. Your taxpayers are now using our online filing system. We're going to touch on that in just a minute, a little bit deeper. Our online filing system has been in place since 2003. Our taxpayers are your taxpayers. We have 99% compliance in filing electronically. We have 99.10 compliance in collecting monies electronically. What does that do for us? First off, it cuts down on the friction on the dollar. That's the way I like to call it. We don't have to spend as much money on administrative costs. Then we get the money out quicker to you. Now, brand spanking new. The thickest piece of paper in this bunch. We're trying to get our heads around it. The businesses are trying to get their heads around it. RDS is still trying to get their heads around it too.
Yeah.
Well, we got our heads around it today because I came from Montgomery. This is called the one-stop bill. This is a place where every taxpayer in the state of Alabama is going to be able to file electronically. You need to be prepared to accept that money and that return by September of 2013 at the taxpayer's discretion. You don't have the choice of whether you're going to participate or not. This was pushed through by the ARA, the Business Council of Alabama. This puts us in a much better position for something else that's coming down the pipe later, called streamlined sales tax. Okay? It also has a place in here where you can assign a designee, which could be RDS, to handle your data for you. So handling your data is something simple that we're going to be putting together some projects about how we're going to do that. It also has provisions in here for up to $1 million on an annual basis for us to help cities and counties establish a way to take this data in. We haven't worked out all the details of it yet, but we're close. We've been working on this for quite a while. Okay? Now, I've got here for a minute. I've talked real fast. Believe it or not, I'm from North Alabama too, so I don't normally talk this fast, so I'm not wheeling you up from down here. I am again. Okay? So, does anybody have any questions or comments that they'd like to make?
Are you a general fund agency?
We take ours off the top.
You're self-sufficient?
Yes, we're self-sufficient to a degree.
Okay.
There's some things in the law that are very complex. There's about 4.5 pages that talk about how the department's funded.
So if the general fund goes south, you're not going to get any of your people cut?
Probably not. I can't see anything happening within the department other than attrition. That's the word that I'm getting. But that's a pay grade above. All state agencies can be affected by budget cuts to some degree. But just recently we were able to put on, I'm going to tell you, 81 new examiners throughout the department.
The department is always taking steps to maintain office staff. I mean, it's ridiculous to cut employees that are bringing money in when you're in this situation.
And by the way, this gentleman is Ron Ryan. Ron is the supervisor for the Montgomery Taxpayer Service Center, which you would fall under the auspices of. We have 9 service centers across the state. We swap information all over the place. We've got 100 auditors that are in state. We've got 17 that are out of state. So we make sure that you get coverage. If something happens in Mobile that is affecting Wetumpka, it either is collected in Mobile, sent to you, or it's sent up here for further examination by people like Leanne. Also, the young lady sitting right here is Cameron Clark. Cameron works in our Office of Local Taxes. She's one of my go-to people, really. I mean, she's the
they're at, you get one of those automated voice mail systems.
Mhm.
Do you like that?
No, I don't. As a matter of fact, on that business card, if you or any taxpayer that you want to calls that number, that will ring. That's my number.
But
The only place I won't answer is on Lake Lake in the middle of Sunday afternoon because of receptions. Okay?
if you, is there any thoughts of getting rid of that?
A phone tree?
Yeah.
Phone trees serve a purpose, and it's a purpose that a person doesn't get a busy signal. I don't have any statistical information on our system, but it is one of the most efficient. I had to use it when I can't remember somebody's phone number. I mean, I'm driving down the road with this phone that I can't dial without looking at it, which is unsafe, so I pull over on the side of the road. Gee, if I could find a five, I'd be okay. I could still do that. So, no, I mean, if you have a taxpayer that asks a question, you can call either our main number or you can call the Taxpayer Service Center. There is always somebody at the Taxpayer Service Center, or what we call phone duty. We rotate it around, and they'll answer the sales tax questions that are asked by anyone.
In the interest of time,
You bet.
I am so sorry. But
I know, you're right.
We, by law, we have to do this.
Yolanda?
I believe they tag teamed you, didn't they?
Oh, that's no problem, I can handle it. I'm a trooper.
Thank you.
That's I am Yolanda Watkins. I'm the regional account manager for RDS. We have been doing business here in Alabama for over 30 years. Wetumpka has been applying since June 1st, 2003, and we thank you for that. The contract is up for renewal, so I'm just going to point out a couple of things. I know that you all stated that you all found $160,000 in this area, but we have discovered $189,000 and have collected $146 of that $189,000 for the city of Wetumpka. I'm gonna go over a couple of things in the packet for you all. If you look at the dashboard, it gives just what it does says. It gives an overall view of how well sales tax collection has been going in the city of Wetumpka. The top 5 taxpayers make up 54% of your overall revenue. The last 12 months, your average tax-based revenue has been over $470,000. The highest month was $542,000, which was this year, January 12th. The lowest month was $417,000, and that was just in February of this year as well. The second sheet that I put together for you all was overall, where you can look at month to month, year to year, comparing tax records. Last year, fiscal year, Wetumpka sales tax was up 3.32%, and currently you all are up 1.49%. So that's very good. We're in an upswing economic time right now. As far as the difference between us and the Department of Revenue, we charge $2, and our current rate is $2.76 per transaction, or 1.85%. In the packet, I did a fee comparison for you all, comparing our fees to the Department of Revenue, just so that you will know, comparing apples to apples. At the $2.62 and the state lowest fee would be the 2%. You all have saved $62,979 with us. That was fiscal year October 10 to September 11. Currently, that fee, you have saved $43,482. So our fee is much lower. We are a customer service based company. We do sales tax collection for 44 counties out of the 67 counties and over 250 cities here in Alabama. We collect for a lot of the cities here in Elmore County, and I have a very good working relationship with Ms. Horton, and as you know, we have online file tax, where she can look at online sales tax records on a daily basis. We transmit money as we get it in. So the bulk of your money do come in around the 20th of the month, but as we get money in, we might transmit money 3 to 4 times a week. So I hope that you all would consider staying with us.